Okay,
I
so
think
let's
we'll
start,
just start.
right?
Yes, yes.
Shall, shall we start?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, fine. Hello everyone. My name is Priyanshu Datta. I'm from the CSE third, yeah, I'm in third year, and I'm the part of the team Code Fusers. So first of all, thank you everyone for joining in this hackathon. In this presentation, I'm going to tell you along with others how to prepare for a hackathon. Okay. First, before beginning, I want to tell you that if you have any questions, queries, or anything, you can just ask us. As this is not going to be a one-on session, but it's going to be an interactive session. Okay, so let's begin, right? Uh, First of all, I want you to introduce you to my teammates. Here, we are Marvel fans, all us. So we are given each other some unique names of Marvel superheroes. So let's introduce first Satoki Day. Satoki Day is our Iron Man. Just like Tony Stark, he's a brilliant leader and leads from the front and is super intelligent and funny. Next, we have Priyanshu Datta or me. I am Thor. Just like Thor, I am fun and a chill guy, but I try to do the job in a lightning speed. Next, we have Pritisha Shahu, aka Captain Marvel. Pritisha Shahu is a very powerful and a reliable person and does the job in time and keeps us right on track. Next, we have Arunava Datta, aka Thanos. Just like Thanos is very powerful and does the job in the snap of his fingers. Next, we have Rishi Bhattasali, our Spider-Man. Just like Peter Parker, he's super smart and he's an email genius. And lastly, we have Shinjan Shah, the Doctor Strange of our team, who is silent but is a very multitasker and can do anything that is given to him. Now, the first question arises: what is a hackathon? A hackathon is nothing but a An hackathon is nothing but a marathon of innovation, where developers, programmers, and individuals come together to create a unique solution for a given problem statement. The word hack does not imply hacking into systems, but means hacking together solutions for a common goal. If I explain in a layman's term, imagine you are locked up in a 24 hours to 48 hours time period in a room with like-minded individuals and filled with caffeine, keyboard sounds all over the place, and by the end of it, you create something magical. That is actually a hackathon. Now, we need to understand what are the types of hackathon. There are primarily four types of hackathon. Number one, beginner friendly hackathons. In beginner friendly hackathons, what happens is that the problem statements that are being given to us are easy, and also sometimes in we see in beginner friendly hackathons is that and it is only being leveled to such let's say first year or second year students, or let's say undergraduate students, so that it becomes easier for us to compete, for any newbie developers to compete and win. Next category is tech specific or industry specific hackathons. These are the hackathons that are being organized by companies like say Flipkart Grid or Samsung Solve for Tomorrow or like L'Oreal Brainstorm, where they give a particular problem that they are facing and they want you to solve it for a cash prize. The third is the social impact hackathons. These are the hackathons that wants to solve a issue that are in the society current right now. A good example is Google Solution Challenge. It is also being organized by GDG TMSL, by the way. So if you guys want to participate, you can register now. I think the registration period is on. And lastly, state and national level hackathons. These are hackathons that are organized by state or nations like Smart Bengal Hackathon and SIH. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys that we are all SIH 23 finalists and SIH 24 winners. Now, when we understand what is a hackathon, we need to understand why we need to participate in a hackathon. Now, in the meet, I can see there are 36 participants. Can I get a show of hands, like how many of you have participated in a hackathon before, if that's possible? Anyone? Okay, so it seems like no one has participated in a hackathon before. Oh no, Apurba Roy has participated. Any others? No. Okay, it's fine. So I'm going to tell you one thing. If you have never participated in a hackathon, please participate at least once. And I'm going to tell you, you are going to be in love with it. You, it will be your addiction because hackathons give a very vibrant and solution space. So, but there are primarily six objectives to participate in a hackathon. Number one, you learn by doing. In hackathons, you learn a lot. And trust me, if you want to learn any tech stack, don't follow tutorials. Follow tutorials, but tutorials will not give you that much experience and exposure than implementing it yourself. And the best place is hackathons. So, number one, learn by doing. Number two, networking. In hackathons, you meet talented individuals and recruiters, and you can network with them, you can connect with them, and it will help you in the future for placements and other stuff. Number three, as I said already, work on real world problems. In hackathons, they provide you problems that are currently facing in the society. So you know what are the challenges that are currently in the world right now. Number four, boosting your resume. Hackathons boost your resume a lot. You can give the project that you have done in the hackathon in your resume. Also, you can give your achievements in the resume, which will give an uplift from your peers. Number five, startup potential. How many of you have heard of Hacker Rank? Hacker Rank, for those of you who have not heard, yes. So, so, so those of you who have not heard of Hacker Rank is a coding platform. But you know what? Hacker Rank was started as a hackathon project. And if you win a hackathon, you get a lot of incubation chances, opportunities, and you can just create your ideas into real world projects. And number six, and obviously cash prizes and swags. And let's be honest, everyone loves t-shirts, hoodies, or better a cash prize, right? So these are the main six importance of why you should participate in a hackathon. Now, after understanding why we should participate in a hackathon, we need to talk about what truly elevates a hackathon experience, and that is diversity. And by diversity, I don't mean diversity of that kind of thing. I mean diversity in technical skills and knowledge. Truly, only a truly diverse team will be able to solve a real world project and will be able to create a unique solution. But now, one thing might come to your mind, like how can I create a diverse team? Well, that will be answered to you by my friend Arunava Datta. Thank you. Arunava, you may continue.
Okay, so
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay. So hey everyone and good evening. I'm Arunabha from AIML third year and I'm here to talk to you about one of the most important aspects before you go into a hackathon, and that is how to find your first team or how to build your first team. And believe me when I say that building or finding your first team is not a 5 minute task, like you just go into your classroom, point five fingers, and that's your team. No, that's not how it works. While building a team, you must consider some important points into your mind. And that's all I'm going to talk about right now. And all of that I've learned from my past hackathon experiences. So, first of all, as Priyanshu said, you should have a diversity in terms of tech stack in your team. What I mean to say is, try to gather more and more people of different background or different tech stack into your team. Like in the during the internals of the SIH 2024, I noticed that most of the teams and all of the members of the teams were either a front-end developer or a back-end developer or a ML engineer. But that's not how it should be. That's not how it works. As say you have a beautiful ML model that gives very accurate output and all, but to the end users, the judges whom you are going to show the result, to them that little graphs or that accuracy that doesn't matter. So what they rather seek is a beautiful and understandable UI. So for that you will be needing a front end developer obviously, and the same thing goes for the other roles that I just mentioned. So if you just diversify the tech stack in your team, you are not only opening all kinds of, you know, aspects to yourself, but you can also divide the total work to the roles for a better and quicker outcome. Now, talking about the second point, very, very lucky people get their first good team in the first go. And considering you are not one of them, you will end up in a lot of team switching, members changing, and lot of things like that. But that is very normal. When you are building a hackathon team, changing teams, switching members, very normal. So your primary goal there should be to help your team whenever your team needs you, firstly, and you should upscale your skills. That's from your end. You should upscale your skills to match the potential of the team. And what is the best thing that you can do while being in a team is grow together. Like start from somewhere, learn something, apply the learnings that you have learned into the project that you are building, and grow together. That's the best thing you can do as being in a team. Now, another point I just want to talk about, and I consider this the first important point while you are building a team. So you should go for those members with whom you have a similar kind of skill set. Like if you just go for someone who has higher level of skill set than you, say for example, you just know the basics of HTML, and just in the name of forming a good team, you go into your class and gather all the Next.js expert into your team. Okay, that's a good team. But that's what you have done to yourself here is you have become the liability of the team. While everybody will be contributing in that project, hard working on that project, you won't be able to contribute anything because you don't have that prior knowledge of Next.js or whatever that is required because your teammates are higher skilled than you. So what you can do there is either you can upscale your skills in a very little bit of time, which is very hard. So it's better to have similar minded and similar skilled people into a team. So as I said, just start from somewhere and try to grow together. That's the best thing you can do. And lastly, as I even say, communication is the key. So try to gather those people with whom you are comfortable talking, like who can give positive feedbacks, and from whom you can take positive feedbacks, and who are there readily available when the team needs them. So when I say communication is the key for team building, and this is the second most important point that I want to talk about, is every teammate, doesn't matter if you are the team leader or whoever you are, if you are in the team, you should be able to take constructive criticism or constructive feedbacks. Now, why? Say there is a feature that needs to be upgraded or replaced or removed. Obviously, based on the team's decision, the person who built that feature should take that as a learning opportunity rather than taking it otherwise. Like if my feature is getting removed, I should think like, okay, what I could have done better. What's my fault here? Why my feature is getting, replaced or optimized or whatever. So I should think about what I could have done better rather than thinking like, okay, my feature just got removed and I'm not working from tomorrow. That should not be your mindset. That should not be your mindset because in a team, you should be supportive to each other. Right. So that's why I'm saying communication is the key. Try to, it's better to just communicate your problems with your friends or your teammates and work it out. Okay. So now when you have your problems and when you have your team sorted out and you are so much pumped about your hackathon, you're ready to go into the hackathon, you must choose a problem statement now. Right. So when you are trying to choose a problem statement, there is there are some approaches that we as a team do. So firstly, what we do as a team is there will be tons and tons of problem statement in the hackathon page. So what we as a team do is we try to go through almost every problem statement and try to find that one out which we think is doable by us. So how we consider that if it's doable by us or not. So say the text tag, the problem statement that the text tag that the problem statement requires, if we are comfortable with the text tag, that's one thing. But from the recent hackathon, the SH 2024, what we have learned is it's not only about the tech stack. You should not only focus on the tech stack, as you should have some prior knowledge about the problem statement that you will be working on. Or even if you don't have that prior knowledge, try to be ready and try to gather the knowledge about that problem statement on the go. Because say your team was very much comfortable with the tech stack. Now you have built all the features that is required. The product is ready and finalized. It looks good. But when it's time to pitch in front of the judges, if you don't have that clarity in your mind, if you don't have that prior knowledge in your mind, you won't be able to deliver a proper pitch. Or even if you just deliver the proper pitch, you won't be able to tackle the counter questions from the judges because you don't even have the clarity about the problem statement, what the problem statement asks from you. You don't even know that. So try to gather some knowledge before you just hop into building the product or whatever. So that's one point. And another most important point that we consider while choosing a problem statement is we try to think beyond the hackathon. Like, don't just choose a statement because it's easy to implement or something. Try to think beyond the hackathon. So what you can do, what we do usually, is we try to look at a problem statement like this. If the problem statement solves any real world problem, the problems that are usually faced by the common people in a daily basis, we try to find those problem statements out. So, or even you can go for the problem statements that has some major concerns related to the future, like some future aspects, like something related to AI, something related to spreading some awareness or pollution, these kind of things. So when you will be choosing this kind of problem statements, what you will end up having is a great feature list. Because if those are the real life problem statements, you will know what to do and what not to do. The feature list will be clear in your head, and also you will have a lot of points to talk about in front of the judges. You will have a lot of benefit if you just gather the problem statement knowledge about you just gather that knowledge about the problem statement that you are working on and have clarity in your mind, and the problem statement literally solves some real world issue or is some upcoming future concern. So that will help you a lot. And now, when you have your problem statement sorted out, your team sorted out, and when you will be choosing your problem statement, you will be seeing some features that are already mentioned in the problem statement. Okay. But when they are already mentioned in the problem statement, those will be implemented by everybody because that's why they are written there. So how to implement those features or how to implement those features better than others, or how to just brainstorm for some new ideas into your head for the product that you are trying to build, and all of that will be explained by my teammate Rishi. So please go ahead.
Okay, so I hope I'm audible, right?
Yes, yes, you are. You
Okay.
are.
So hello guys, my name is Rishi Bhattasali from Department AIL, third year. So so my teammates already now I already explained about what a hackathon is and how to choose a problem statement and how to do the ID selection. These were very well explained by my teammates. So today now I'm going to talk about the feature list. So before starting out any project, you should list out all the features you are going to do in a project. For example, take a project like say education counseling. In education counseling, first like suppose you know the idea or you have choose the idea statement. It's not like that you will jump to the problem statement and all of you will just do the start to the home page to do the home page. It doesn't work out like that. First start with listing out all the features you need to carry out. Suppose for in case of education counseling app. In that, you need to list down the features such as say home page, aptitude test page, then mock test page, machine learning model, and all the features related to your project scope. This is just a brief example I explained to you. In reality, in a full stack project, there are innumerable number of features which you will be building in a hackathon. So this was just to explain you. This was now you might ask me that what is the need to give time to maintain and making a feature list? What is the use and why to allocate a time for this? So I trust me, guys, when you will have a feature in front of you and you will want to even performing tasks like you have to do this and after that you will do this task and this task. When you are front of yourself that these are the features you need to implement, you will have a clear clarity in your mind. And suppose after doing also one feature also you will not be relaxed because you know you have other other features to do, and you have other features to implement. So this is the thing you will need as the feature. Basically acts as a perfect task scheduler for you. Like you can see this you have to do and the next you have to do. And the next, what from our experience only, we are telling that in the end, after you have done building a full stack project, trust me, guys, you will need to refer to the feature list because it happened to us only that when we were done building the full stack project, we were only forgetting that what features we have built. So these are very neat. When you are going to pitch and all those sorts, you will need to see that actually, okay, we have all done this number of features. Okay. So the next is the distribution of tasks. Now that you have known that these are the features we need to do, now you need to organize a meeting and distribute the task among yourself. As previously said that uh, diversity in tech is very important. Not the diversity I'm talking about, like not the gender issue I'm talking, but about the technology stack. Like say for a group of 6 members in a hackathon, like at least, not at least, at most two front-end developers, one backend, two tech, two app developer, and one, two at max two machine learning developers are enough. This is the like ideal size. There is no like fixed size is the ideal. We were going with this size only, so we were lucky to form like so diverse team among ourselves only. So this was the you can make a kind of this kind of ratio. And what is the like use of making a diverse team also? Like suppose whenever there is a case of like it's a glitch in the machine learning model. Now all the people in the team will look down to me and see and say me that what I have done. And you see if there is any glitch in the website in the front end, then we all will catch on now that what we have done. So it creates an accountability factor that it creates accountability factor and it creates a clear vision in our mind that what our roles are and what we need to perform. It's not that strict that the machine learning developer has to machine learning mind also. They can contribute the in front end also because trust me guys, the front end is I believe it's the most tedious task. There are too many tasks to do in the front end. I guess you all will agree with me also. There are too much tasks. So if you have a simple like copy paste task or anything, you can help the front end also. And suppose also in our team also, like in our Priyanshu Datta, he is also an app developer, but he also helps me greatly in machine learning model development. So it's not that you will stick to your own roles only, you will help others also when it's needed. So like this, you will distribute the task and go. This creates also a good team environment among us. You know, when you see everyone is doing something and you will be motivated to add value in this also. Like you will also have to see they have done all this. I will also do this. So this was the like full benefit of doing feature list along with the task distribution. I would like to show our like a small example, like our. Let's wait a minute. Where is this? Okay. I'm just showing something. These are just a raw screenshot I've taken out. This was just our feature list. This was just a small clip I came. This was a feature list. Like suppose this is the feature list one, community one. This should be done by Olunovo. This is the one is mobile app and offline model. This should be done by Pianshu. Say add new three crops. This was basically for the ML model. This would be done by ML part by me and the data bus by Pritisha. This was just a rough example I showed you. Nothing else in this. This is just a you can do like this. So we did like this, and we were actually greatly helped by that. So this was about the contribution task. And the last point which I'm going to talk about, which is have regular continuous meetings. Like it won't be the usual boring meetings like usually people have. It won't because it will be among our team members only. So it won't be mirroring. The purpose of meeting is to maintain accountability. Like, okay, I'm going to do this one and I'm have this task and going to do this task. It will create accountability and also you will be involved in the project. And also you can brainstorm new ideas that okay, we have done these features, not what more features we can would add. And lastly, I would like to add that do the meetings with fun. Okay, because do it with fun because at last if you're stuck in a project because you have done in an enrolled in hackathon, it will at least, I guess, you will have 2 to 3 weeks or even a month or two, and you will be bored in doing one project also. So you should sometimes have a space for your enjoyment also, because that will only serve as a motivation, as a fuel to do more tasks and to do more in hackathon. So this was it for like more or less from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask me, and about the next part, I will hand over to my teammate Preeti Shatar.
Thank you, Rishi. Hi, everyone. I'm Pritisha from Technomin Salt Lake AIML third year. And so, after you have the right team and right feature selection, it is important to address some of the essential angles too. Amongst which, the most important that I personally think is to think out of the box. And how can you do so? Firstly, question the existing solutions and find innovative approaches. Explore multiple perspectives before finalizing on any idea. And the most important is that you should always be experimenting. Try looking out for real world problems that have yet not been addressed so that even if this change is small, but the difference will be huge and your project will stand out from the others, and it would be a great impression on the judges and you can make the project really impactful. And also, it is important to conduct proper research on the existing competitors in the market. Always look out for the similar projects, products, or research papers or blogs related to your idea. This would not only help you understand the existing implementations but also help you brainstorm on new ideas. And another thing that I would like to add is that if you see many hackathons, they give their winners profile on their display or the projects that have won. So you can browse through them, find out, and research a little bit so that you would be understanding what are the expectations from us from the hackathon, and you can implement better ideas and take feedbacks, connect with those people who have participated in them earlier. Right. And another thing that we all will be facing, and as I saw, most of you are new to hackathons, so you all will be facing this as well. That whenever we are stuck, right, when like there are a lot of situations and scenarios in which we will be stuck with some problem, and in those cases, the beginners find it really very difficult to seek help. So, for that, I would say that you can go out and reach to sites like Stack Overflow, YouTube, and there's plenty of knowledge everywhere. You can use online resources. You can also use ChatGPT and AI. It would help a lot in your day to day problems. Engage with hackathon mentors or experienced participants and take their feedback. Network with tech enthusiasts whom you can connect over LinkedIn or through some tech events. This would not benefit you in the hackathon, but also it will be beneficial in your upcoming future career, right? And take help of the team as well, because in that way the problem is addressed by the whole team and the whole team tries to find a solution, and you guys will definitely grow together. If needed, you can also try finding out a mentor and identify your weak areas and find experts in those fields. Look for mentors who provide with constructive feedback and rather than just solutions. Now, the most important thing that we all need to understand is that you might have participated in many hackathons and maybe you did not win any, but that is completely okay, right? Because each experience brings out to you a lot of new learnings which will help you grow and improve. And success always comes at different times for everyone, so you do not need to hurry about the success but rather be confident and consistent with whatever you're working with, and you need to be learning as much as you can, and definitely one day success will be knocking at your door. And yes, create a positive and encouraging environment within the team, establish open and transparent communication, respect each one of your ideas. Do not make somebody feel left out in the team. Help each other, take small steps at steady pace instead of rushing through strict deadlines, because strict deadlines can be very much tiring. So we need to always keep some extra time in advance to avoid this rush, right? And so that you can also enjoy it. And lastly, hackathons are an opportunity for learning, growth, and it is also for enjoyment. So learn with fun and bond with your teammates and create lasting experiences. Now, Shinjan will be continuing with the project implementation. Thank you, Shinjan.
So thank you, Pritisha. So hello everyone, I am Shinjan Shah from ECE third year. Today I'm excited to share with you the key strategies for winning hackathon. So let's dive into some of the critical aspects that can make or break your hackathon success. So let's start with product implementation. The golden rule here is to focus on creating a minimum viable product or an MVP. Make a feature list which is appropriate for your problem statement. Make sure it's flexible so you can add or remove features. As in one go, no one can make a perfect feature list. It improves over time over several feedbacks from your mentors and from your other members also. In a hackathon, time is your most precious resources. Try to use it carefully. So choose a scope that's realistic for your time frame. Maybe you can't build the entire Facebook, but you can create one stellar feature that solves a specific problem. Use team, the diverse tech stack which your team possess. Make them work on different features. Don't make the whole team work on a single feature. Use your resources carefully. Remember that a working prototype that demonstrates your core ideas is far more valuable than a complex solution that's half finished. Moving on to product survey, this is where many problems to find the similar product based on our problem statement. So before you write a single line of code, take time, understand what's already out there. It's like being a detective. Investigate existing solution, find their weaknesses, and identify opportunities. Talk to potential user, such as if you have let's say your project is kind of a social media clone. So see how the existing social media or how the existing solutions are working. See if there is any problem which you believe you can come up with a solution. What problems are they facing, what solution do they wish they had. This research isn't just a background work, it's ammunition for your final presentation. When judges ask why does this matter, you will have real data and insights to back up your solution. For example, in our time we focused on an alternative of our problem statement like Plantix, where in some cases our images classification model worked better than theirs. So during our presentation, we made it as a point that our product performed better than theirs, where their product was, enterprise level product. There is a dedicated R&D team. Compared to that, we were just six of us were just third year students, and somehow we were able to made up a better classification model than theirs. So that was the problem on their product which we were able to solve. So that is why product survey is very much important. And finally, let's talk about continuous evaluation. Think of this as your GPS during the hackathon journey. Just like you wouldn't drive across country without checking your route, occasionally you shouldn't code hours without evaluating your progress. Set clear milestone, maybe every 3 to 4 hours stop and assess, are we on track? Does this feature work as intended? Is there any simpler way to achieve our goal? Always ask feedbacks from mentors, implement their feedbacks. It makes them think that you can integrate new features quickly in your workflow. If you are falling behind schedule, be ready to simplify. Prepare contingency plans for your technical issues rather than presenting a broken product. Remember, hackathon is a marathon, not a sprint, and a regular check-in helps ensure you cross the finish line successfully. So let me wrap up by emphasizing that these three elements work together like well-oiled machine. Your product implementation should be guided by your market research, and both should be continuously evaluated and adjusted. Follow this principle, and you can significantly increase your chance of creating a winning hackathon project. Thank you very much. Now on to my next teammate, Shatuki.
So, what's up, guys? बोर तो नहीं हुए इतना कुछ सुन के सब कोई? चलो, तो अब तक यू गाइस लर्नड अबाउट हाउ टू डेवलप द प्रोडक्ट, बहुत कोड और डिजाइन के बारे में बोला इन सभी ने। तो अब देखते हैं कि कैसे अपना प्रोडक्ट को पिच कैसे करोगे एक्चुअली जजेस के सामने। सो how you present your product in those 3 to 5 minutes can make or break your chances of winning. In a hackathon, the judges are not just looking for technical brilliance, they are looking for the big picture. How well can you communicate your idea? And why does your idea matter? What's the potential of your idea? After all, no matter how cool your app is, if you don't pitch it correctly, it will remain just an idea. अगर आप अपने प्रोडक्ट को बेच नहीं पाओगे तो कोई भी फायदा ही नहीं है प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करने का। सारा खेल बेचने का ही है। कोई आपसे लाइक उतना अच्छा प्रोडक्ट नहीं बना के वो बेच के चला जाएगा और आप सोचोगे आपने क्यों नहीं जीता। तो पूरा चीज पिचिंग के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है। तो ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है एक्चुअली किसी भी हैकाथॉन का। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं, चलिए शुरू करते हैं। पहला पॉइंट है कि क्लियर, कोइंसाइज और कंपेलिंग होना चाहिए पूरा पिच। और अपने टीम में टेक सम पीपल हु आर लाइक गुड एट स्पीकिंग, जो थोड़ा एक्सट्रोवर्ट्स हो, मे बी फ्लुएंट एट इंग्लिश, समटाइम्स इट हेल्प्स, लैंग्वेज मैटर नहीं करता उतना। तो जो बंदा अच्छा बोल सके, जरूरी नहीं कि वो टेक्निकली भी उतना अच्छा हो, अगर मिल जाए तो बहुत बढ़िया। लाइक हमारे टीम में बहुत है ये सब, टेक्निकली अच्छे भी है और बोलते भी अच्छे, लेकिन स्टार्टिंग में सब उतना परफेक्ट टीम मिलना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है। तो ट्राई करो कि एक दो बंदा और ऐसे लेने का कि जो बोल भी सके अच्छा, तो वो बहुत हेल्प करेगा। तो तुम्हारे पास सिर्फ 3 मिनट होता है पूरा इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करने का, और उस 3 मिनट के अंदर अपने आइडिया को इजीली समझाना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। डोंट ओवर कॉम्प्लिकेट योर प्रॉब्लम। अपने प्रॉब्लम को डिफाइन करो, सोल्यूशन बताओ और जजेस को ये दिखाओ कि तुमने कैसे रियल वर्ल्ड में वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया है। उसका इम्पैक्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। और जजेस जो है वो एक्सपर्ट्स है, लेकिन दे आर नॉट जस्ट देयर टू हियर अबाउट द लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजीज यू आर यूजिंग एंड व्हाट अमेजिंग फीचर्स यू हैव बिल्ट। दे आर देयर टू अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यू ऑफ योर प्रोजेक्ट। इसलिए अपनी पिच को बहुत टेक्निकल अगर रखोगे, बहुत टेक्निकल वर्ड्स अगर यूज करोगे तो वो अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि कुछ जजेस ऐसे भी होते हैं जो सिर्फ लाइक उतना टेक्निकल नहीं है, वो प्रोजेक्ट का इम्पैक्ट और प्रोजेक्ट का जो डोमेन एक्सपर्ट्स है, सपोज आपने कोई एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर का कोई ऐप बिल्ड किया, लाइक हमारा था, तो हमारे जज के पैनल में 3 टाइप ऑफ जज थे, उसमें से सिर्फ एक ही टेक्निकल था, बाकी दोनों डोमेन एक्सपर्ट्स थे जो एक्चुअल वर्किंग और इम्पैक्ट को समझना चाहते थे रादर देन द टेक्नोलॉजी वी आर यूजिंग। सो जजेस को समझो और उस हिसाब से अपना पिच तैयार करो। जजेस को तुम एक स्टोरी के थ्रू अपने सोल्यूशन को दिखाओ, मेक देम विजुअलाइज द प्रॉब्लम यू आर सॉल्विंग, क्योंकि जजेस आर देयर टू अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यू ऑफ योर प्रोजेक्ट। तो देखो, काम होता है पहले 2 मिनट में, जो होता है वो हो जाता है। लाइक अगर पहले 2 मिनट में तुमने जजेस का इंटरेस्ट ग्रैब नहीं किया तो बाकी का पिच बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है। सो उन 2 मिनट में उनको इंटरेस्ट दिलाना, इंटरेस्ट ग्रैब करना उनका बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सो स्टार्ट विथ अ हुक, टेल देम समथिंग दैट विल मेक देम सिट अप स्ट्रेट एंड पे अटेंशन टू यू। Maybe it's a statistic, a shocking fact, or a personal story which you have experienced, why you feel the problem statement is very relevant in the real world. So start something like this. For example, अगर कोई फार्मर्स के लिए तुम कोई क्रॉप ऐप बना रहे हो, तो ऐसा बताओ कि डू यू नो एवरी ईयर 40% ऑफ द फार्मर्स face crop losses due to this and this. That's why we are building this app to enable them to prevent crop losses so that they can increase their production. ऐसे परसेंटेजेस, नंबर्स अपने पिच में इंक्लूड करना ट्राई करो जो कि इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करे, क्योंकि नंबर्स हेल्प क्रिएट अ इम्पैक्ट अ लॉट। सो सेकेंड पॉइंट है कि सिर्फ कूल फीचर्स बनाने में टाइम वेस्ट मत करो, फीचर्स का इम्पैक्ट समझो। जजेस को अपना प्रोडक्ट ऐसे प्रेजेंट करो कि जब तुम जजेस को प्रेजेंट कर रहे हो तो उन्हें सिर्फ फीचर्स देखने के जगह पे उनको ये समझना होता है कि तुम्हारा सोल्यूशन एक्चुअली रियल वर्ल्ड में कैसे प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करेगा। सो अपने प्रोजेक्ट लाइक फीचर्स को दिखाने से ज्यादा वो एक्सप्लेन करो कि क्यों वो फीचर जरूरत है जरूरी है, क्यों वो फीचर यूज करके उसका हेल्प क्या हो सकता है, और व्हाई शुड समवन यूज योर प्रोडक्ट एज वेल. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज कि कॉन्फिडेंस दिखाना जरूरी है, लेकिन कॉन्फिडेंस और एरोगेंस और ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस के बीच में बहुत एक थिन लाइन होता है, तो वो क्रॉस मत करना. क्योंकि अगर तुम अपने प्रोडक्ट पे बिलीव नहीं करोगे तो जजेस कैसे करेंगे. सो शो देम दैट यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट इन व्हाट यू हैव बिल्ट, बट बी केयरफुल of not getting extra arrogant because that impacts negatively. And yes, sometimes thoda humor bhi bahut important hai, like it makes the presentation a bit lighthearted, and but still keeping it professional, so that can set you apart, और judges को वो याद भी रहेगा कि हाँ ये ऐसे पिच किया था, तो वो एक impact, long lasting impact create करता है. Lastly, end your pitch with a strong call to action. जब तुम पिच कंप्लीट कर रहे हो तो अब तुम्हारा क्लोजिंग स्टेटमेंट बहुत स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए. What do you want the judges to take away? What are you asking for? Tell them about your future plans, on how you actually plan to implement your solution so that it can help people in real life. What, why, how do you need support or funding? How do you plan to collect revenue? So ये सब चीजें बोलने से जजेस को ये लगता है कि these guys are serious about their product, and ये सिर्फ हैकाथॉन के लिए प्रोजेक्ट नहीं बना रहे, ये इसको रियल लाइफ में इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहते हैं, तो वो एक एज रहता है तुम्हारे पास. और लास्टली मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो है पिचिंग के टाइम पे, अपने टीम को पूरा शांत रखना, सबको काम रहना इज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. Like, don't panic if something doesn't go as planned, because I guarantee you 99.99% टाइम कुछ भी प्लान के हिसाब से नहीं होगा. और जजेस वही देखना चाहते हैं कि तुम अपने को सिचुएशन के हिसाब से कैसे अडेप्ट कर रहे हो. क्योंकि जजेस will intentionally stop you, interrupt you, and will ask questions in between, and they will see कि क्या तुम ठीक से अडेप्ट करके उनको रिप्लाई दे पा रहे हो, या फिर तुम अपने लाइक फ्लो में ही कंटिन्यू बोल रहे हो. तो हमेशा अडेप्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है. तो बस काम रहो, कॉन्फिडेंट रहो, और ठीक से अपना प्रोडक्ट को पिच करो. क्योंकि अगर अपने प्रोडक्ट को ठीक से पिच नहीं किए तो लाइक यू आर मिसिंग आउट ऑन योर ओन. तुमने इतना मेहनत से प्रोडक्ट बनाया है और उसके बाद यू कांट प्रेजेंट इट, सो दैट्स अ रियली बिग बमर. सो मैं फॉर मी लाइक पिचिंग इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. बिल्डिंग से भी, प्रोडक्ट को बिल्ड करने से भी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है उसको प्रेजेंट करना. तो पिचिंग के बारे में लाइक इतना ही. पिचिंग तो हो गया, लेकिन अब बात करते हैं लाइक हैकाथॉन्स तुमको लाइक हेल्प कैसे करेंगे, क्यों हैकाथॉन्स इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है. मैं मेरा हैकाथॉन जर्नी के बारे में बताता हूँ थोड़ा सा. मैंने जब फर्स्ट ईयर में लाइक व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड माय फर्स्ट हैकाथॉन वाज सॉल्यूशन चैलेंज आ रहा है अभी, तुम लोग भी पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हो. और at that time I only knew HTML, CSS, and I knew nothing else, and I think I and Aruno teamed up. और लाइक लास्ट हैकाथॉन के अगले दिन हैकाथॉन था, तो उसके पहले सारा रात like we stayed up the entire night and completed our product. आज अगर वो प्रोडक्ट मैं खोल के देखूं तो बहुत हंसी आएगा कि क्या बनाया था तब ने, बट उस टाइम पे वही बहुत था हमारे लिए. लाइक तो तुम लोग जब टीम बनाओगे तो आई डोंट नो इफ यू गाइज आर इन योर फर्स्ट ईयर्स और नॉट. सो जनरली अगर फर्स्ट ईयर में हो और से तो टीम बनाओ अपना, और फर्स्ट ईयर में कोई एक्सपेक्ट मत करो कि कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजीज आएगा. तो अपना टीम एक बनाओ और उसके बाद टेक्नोलॉजी सीखना स्टार्ट करो. क्योंकि अगर हैकाथॉन्स में पार्टिसिपेट करना इसलिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि हैकाथॉन से ही तुम सीख पाओगे. लाइक सीख पाओगे इन द सेंस नया टेक्नोलॉजीज भी सीख पाओगे. मैंने भी अपने पहले हैकाथॉन के लिए HTML CSS सीखा. उसके बाद मैंने उसको एडवांस करने के लिए HTML CSS में काम करने के बाद लगा कि बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स चीज़ है ये. एक अगर फुल स्टैक एप्लीकेशन बनाने जाएंगे तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे. उससे अच्छा है कोई अच्छा फ्रेमवर्क सीख ले. उसके बाद मैंने रिएक्ट सीखा. रिएक्ट सीखने के बाद वो मेरा सेकंड और थर्ड हैकाथॉन में काम आया. उसके बाद मैंने ऐप डेवलपमेंट सीखा, लाइक ताकि प्रियांशु को थोड़ा हेल्प आ जाए, प्रियांशु सीनियर को. तो उसके लिए ऐप लाइक फ्लटर सीखा. तो हैकाथॉन्स के पार्टिसिपेट करने के बाद ही तुम पे रियलाइज होगा कि एग्जिस्टिंग टेक स्टैक अपना इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है, लाइक सफिशिएंट नहीं है और एडवांस प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाने के लिए. तो उससे तुम्हारा एक अर्ज आएगा कि नया टेक्नोलॉजी सीखने के लिए, और उससे तुम्हारा ही पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट होगा. क्योंकि ये जब सेकेंड ईयर के एंड या थर्ड ईयर के शुरुआत में आकर जब तुम एक फुल स्टैक डेवलपर बन जाओगे, लाइक अगर बेसिक वेब डेवलप बेसिक नहीं, लाइक अच्छा कोई रिएक्ट का फ्रेमवर्क सीख रहे हो तो तुम खुद से इंटर्नशिप्स के लिए अप्लाई कर पाओगे। तो अब हैकाथॉन्स को पार्टिसिपेट करने के साथ साथ अपना पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट भी होता है, और उसके बाद अगर तुम लाइक हैकाथॉन्स में पार्टिसिपेट करोगे और लाइक बाहर घूमने, अगर बाहर स्टेट में कोई हैकाथॉन हुआ तो वो घूम भी पाओगे स्टेट्स, लाइक एक ईयर में ट्रिप भी हो जाएगा फ्रेंड्स के साथ। और कॉलेज ट्रिप्स तो कौन नहीं चाहता, वो तो वन ऑफ द लाइक हमारा तो बेस्ट मेमोरीज है, लाइक बैंगलोर जाना SI 2023 में, और इस साल हैदराबाद जाना, ये लाइक हम सबका बेस्ट मेमोरीज है।
बेस्ट मेमोरी, हाँ।
तो कौन वो भी हो जाएगा, तो इसलिए
लाइफ टाइम मेमोरी।
हाँ एकदम। तो सो पार्टिसिपेट इन हैकाथॉन, देखो हैकाथॉन में पार्टिसिपेट करने में तुम्हारा पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट भी होता है, मस्ती भी होता है, तुम कूल कूल चीजें बना भी सकते हो, और उसके बाद तुम अपना एक स्टार्टअप भी बना सकते हो। लाइक अगर किसी प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में तुम रियली सीरियस हो और उसको फंडिंग, मेन चीज जो है, अगर तुम बड़े बड़े जगह पे जाओगे हैकाथॉन्स के लिए, लाइक IIT या NIT या हमारे कॉलेज में भी जो है, तो वो खुद से तुम्हारे प्रोजेक्ट को इंक्यूबेट करने के लिए रेडी हो जाएंगे। सो यू कैन एक्चुअली क्रिएट योर ओन स्टार्टअप, जो लाइक इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग। सो इतना पर्क्स है हैकाथॉन करने का, तो जस्ट स्टार्ट, सोल्यूशन चैलेंज आ रहा है उससे स्टार्ट कर लो, बेस्ट चीज है। तो बहुत बोल दिया हम सब ने, अब तुम बताओ, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद सम Q&A। किसी को कोई क्वेश्चंस है तो
Yes.
पूछो माइक ऑन करके।
If you have any questions, turn on your mic or write the chat and
In the
You can
chat.
also write in the chat section, guys.
No question is a bad question. So you can start. Okay, so Hitash Halder is asking how to grow our skills. So Hitash, you can grow your skills by participating in hackathons. One thing, believe me, when you log in a hackathon, when I was in first year, Satyaki told about solution challenge. I logged in of solution challenge and I knew nothing. I started learning Flutter only because of solution challenge only. So if you want to truly learn anything, I'm going to suggest you to just enroll in any hackathon. Start with solution challenge, I will say, because it is a beginner friendly hackathon and the competition will be less. Okay. Anyone else wants to answer?
And yes, I
Yes.
want to add another point that don't get stuck onto the tutorial hell. Like watching one tutorial, two, three, four, five, that doesn't help. Try to watch one or at max two tutorial, then try to implement whatever you are seeing in your own way. Like if you don't implement, you will never learn. So it's the best policy to implement what you are learning. So don't just watch video from YouTube or whatever you are doing it. Just try to implement what you have learned. That's the best way. You will make mistakes. There is chat GPT and everything to help you out. So just try to implement whatever you are learning. So that's the best practice, I would say.
Okay, so the next
Anybody?
question, Tirthankar Basu for the first time. Okay, many questions for the first time. But what type of course we should learn? If you just know like basic web development, basic HTML, CSS, or say basic machine learning, like just basic machine learning. If it is not so tough, you can go in the YouTube and just learn. It will take like 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 hours. Just go learn and start implementing in hackathon. Start doing it. More you do, more you practice, the more better you become. So it's not the benchmark is not so high. Just start. Just not just you don't know everything and just starting. Just learn basic prerequisite if you have just basic prerequisite of Flutter, basic prerequisite of machine learning. If you want to go a god level web developer like Orunaho and Shatsuki, then just start it with HTML, CSS, and you will just it will be good enough. Just start it. That's the key.
Yeah, I would say first, like gather a team and don't try Tita's like Tita तो तुम थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट काम है तो तुम खुद अपने आप से सारा चीजें मत करो, एकोमोडेट अ टीम, और टीम में अपने आप को डिवाइड कर दो। लाइक तुम अगर तुम्हें जो अच्छा लगे वो चीज तुम सीखो, लाइक तुम्हें अगर मशीन लर्निंग अच्छा लगे तो वो सीखो। इफ यू लाइक वेब डेवलपमेंट देन स्टार्ट विद वेब डेवलपमेंट, और believe me, tech stack doesn't matter. If you have built a better product using HTML, CSS than someone who is using Next.js, so you guys will win, because tech stack कोई नहीं देखता, सब कोई फाइनल प्रोडक्ट को देखते हैं। और So tech stack doesn't matter. So we say HTML CSS because you should always start with the basic. But HTML CSS में ही don't get stuck in that. उसके बाद मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट टेक्नोलॉजी, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और फास्ट मूव ऑन करना, ऐसा नहीं कि 6 महीने से HTML CSS ही कर जा रहे हो. तो और एक टीम, find a good team, find a team and just divide the task among themselves, and then based on your tasks learn the technologies you are willing. तो उसके
The
बाद
next question comes. They are asking us to show like some examples of PPT in our project. As Pandon Nag is asking. So about project, what about Kheti Sati? Should we?
Yes.
yeah, just show
Let's
the
Show them.
let's
In
show the
share.
PPT now.
Wait,
Okay, let's show the
share the
PPT.
PPT. Okay. Anyone, please. I have to find it. If
PPT.
anyone has.
Wait a minute. I think I have the PPT.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a minute. If anyone has the PPT ready,
That's okay.
can you do this?
I have not got it, bro.
Just a second.
Let me see if it's in the
I
drive.
Okay, let
think
me also check.
I got in the code fuses, like
Oh yeah, yes.
internal size. Should I show the internal one? Internal size.
Yeah, fine. Just show one. That's
Internal
Okay.
one.
Just
I
a
think.
minute. Just a minute. I guess this was it. This was ours.
See, regarding features, it's completely domain specific. So I don't know if you might get much insights from this based on
Okay.
our problem
This.
statement, but
Because the
Ah.
features are dependent on the
yeah.
problem statement itself, no?
So you need
Yes.
to think out of the box. देखो,
Yes.
Exactly.
देखो, ChatGPT हर कोई करेगा. हर कोई
Exactly.
अपना प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट ChatGPT को देगा और हर एक पार्टिसिपेंट वो करेगा. तो ChatGPT जो फीचर देगे वो तो इम्प्लीमेंट करना ही करना है, क्योंकि वो बेसिक फीचर्स होंगे, क्योंकि बाकी सब भी वो वही करेंगे. और उसके बाद तुम क्या कर सकते हो वो तुम्हें खुद से सोचना है. Like you need to think some of the out of box, some features which are actually out of the box that will set you apart from the others. वो नहीं तो लाइक SIH में ही अगर इफ यू टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ SIH के इंटरनल राउंड्स में 500 PPT सबमिट होते हैं, उसमें से सिर्फ 5 या 6 PPTs फाइनल्स के लिए शॉर्टलिस्ट होते हैं. तो और 99% चांस है कि out of these 500 PPTs, almost all the PPTs have features that are given by ChatGPT or any other LLMs. So how will the judges actually filter those 6 top teams from the 500? So you need to have some out of the box features, right? So वो ChatGPT तुम्हें नहीं देगा, वो तुम्हें खुद से दिमाग लगा के सोचना पड़ेगा कि ये फार्मर लाइक हमारे प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट वाज रिलेटेड टू एग्रीकल्चर. सो वी ऑलवेज थॉट कि कैसा एक फीचर बना जो एक्चुअली फार्मर्स को हेल्प हो. तो sometimes you need to think out of the box. Otherwise basic feature list you can like मैक्स टाइम प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट में दिया ही रहेगा और लाइक उसके बाद तुम ChatGPT या और ऐसे करके देख भी सकते हो. तो
Or if you have the mentor support, you can also have
Influence if you want.
you can also ask your mentor, because this time in SH 2024 our mentor has helped us a lot. So if you have a mentor, you can ask them about what features, first find a domain specific mentor and then try to ask what features you can build or implement. So they'll be helping you a lot. So that's one thing I want to add.
Right.
अगर आप पीपीटी देखना चाहते थे तो ये देखिए पीपीटी एक्चुअली हमारा. सो ये हमारा टेक स्टैक था. सो हियर आर ऑल फीचर्स: voice analysis, disease analysis, forecasting, offline detection, fertilizer shop locator, disease management, community support, disease mapping, government schemes, farming courses, multilingual support, and SMS alerts.
आउट ऑफ दिस मैं बता देता हूँ एक बार. ये डिजीज एनालिसिस, डिजीज फोरकास्टिंग, कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट, गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स, ये सब कोई ChatGPT दिया था.
ये सब चाहिए.
लेकिन ये ऑफलाइन डिटेक्शन, डिजीज मैनेजमेंट, डिजीज मैपिंग, ये सब
Community
अपना
support.
खुद का फीचर.
Yes.
सो कम्युनिटी फार्मिंग कोर्सेज, ये सब अपना फीचर्स है. लाइक सो इन 4 फीचर्स से हम बाकी सबसे सेट अपार्ट हुए. और ये डिजीज मैनेजमेंट, डिजीज मैपिंग, ये किसी और ने किया भी नहीं था. ये हम सब जब प्रेजेंट कर रहे थे तो किसी ने किया भी नहीं था. तो दीज फीचर्स सेट अस अपार्ट फ्रॉम द अदर्स. सो तुम्हारा लाइक एक फीचर इसलिए फीचर लिस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है, लाइक यू नीड टू हैव सम कॉमन फीचर्स और उसके बाद उसको चेरी ऑन द केक होगा अपना खुद आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स फीचर्स.
Exactly. Okay. So next question, bro. I am first year. So what should I learn to participate in my first hackathon? So we already discussed like just start with basic. We want to learn front end. Just start with basic front end, basic machine learning app, anything. Just start and just executing. I think we discussed greatly on this topic. Next question is we have been given free GCP credits. How to use them in our project for this hackathon? Okay. So about free GCP credits, we also used. So the procedure is simple. The procedure is simple. Just for the first you to need to sign in the GCP. I think you have to enter the card details. That's the only part where people get afraid. But don't worry, nothing will happen unless
No,
the
I think they
25
have got
crores.
the credits. They are
Oh,
asking how can we
they
actually use them.
okay. How can we use it?
Yeah,
So anyone would like to?
yeah, देखो, like I don't know which year you are in. So if you build a machine learning model, like heavy machine learning model, then you can't deploy it on any free services. For that, you can use
Mhm.
GCP for deploying your machine learning model. So I think the credits will be successfully utilized out there. एक VM इंस्टेंस बना लो अपना और उसके
Basically,
अंदर मशीन मॉडल को डिप्लॉय कर दो और उससे अपना मॉडल को इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हो
just
ऐसे.
go in ChatGPT. You will know.
या
Just
Or better DeepSeek right now. Anything.
यार छोड़ो अभी डीपसीक और चैट जीपीटी.
So Srija Chakraborty is asking, what should be the minimum skills everyone should have in the team, and how should we arrange our team? Like how many app developers, how many product designers? Okay, so the minimum skills should be to learn, the hunger to learn. That should be the minimum skills. And regarding your question of how many app, see, you are I don't know which you are in, but start with you will not get the perfect team first of. That is the true question. That is a true statement because you will never get the first team in one try. So what you can do is that you can ask your friends who does app development. Let's say you are an app developer. You can ask your friends, you know web development, you can join me. You know backend, you can join my team. If they may be bluffing, that may be a case, but you still trust them. If they are truly good developers, you stick with them. If they are not, then you change the team. That is actually the process of a good team building. And I think Orunovo detailedly
no.
dis-
Okay.
yes in the topic. So I think I've
Okay.
answered your question. If anyone
And
wants to
she's
add on.
also asking like in short, like how many numbers? So if we say about our, like we have two full stack web developers like Shaktuki and Orunavo and Pritisha also.
Three,
We
Pritish
have
also.
two
Sorry,
Three.
I think
Pritisha also,
yes.
yes, I said Pritisha also, three, sorry. And two app developers, Shinjan and Pritisha. And for ML, I am there and also I get help from Priyanshu also. And also for integration, some like backend, you can also keep like the full stack there must be a backend also. So like these two front end, by one backend, one to two
It
ML and
actually depends
two
on the
ML.
total number of people in the team.
Yes,
Like for
exactly.
SIH, it's
Yes.
six people. Many hackathons have
Yes,
three or four people, so you can't just
exactly.
give a number like that.
Okay.
It completely depends on the hackathon
On
rules.
the hackathon, I just
Basically,
say
you
on the
need.
basic.
But I would say like development सबको आता है. Machine learning का एक बंदा चाहिए तुम्हें.
हाँ,
Exactly.
एक डेवलपर टीम,
Exactly.
मतलब
हाँ,
एक टीम के अंदर एक डेवलपर सब टीम और एक एमएल वाला टीम, बस.
That would
कोई
be
भी
perfect.
डेवलपर, वेब और
like
ऐप, both then good.
like अगर तीन
Perfect.
if there's three people in the team, then the hackathon doesn't expect you to build both a web application, a website, or a app, mobile app as well, because it's not enough for three people. So in that case, you can either go with depending on your product, if you want to build a website, you go with two web developers and one ML engineer, or if you want to build an app, you go with two app developers and an ML engineer. So completely
Yes,
depends on the
that's the perfect
hackathon
answer. Yes,
and
And
what
number of
product are you
people.
building. बट
perfect. Yes.
आई
Yes.
वुड सजेस्ट लाइक कि अभी जो भी प्रोजेक्ट बना रहे हो उसमें मशीन लर्निंग चाहिए ही चाहिए. लाइक अगर कोई करंट टेक्नोलॉजी लाइक मशीन लर्निंग या ब्लॉकचेन नहीं रखोगे तो तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट यूनिक नहीं होगा. तो उसके लिए वो एक नीश टेक्नोलॉजी एक बंदे को जानना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
Okay. How to gather a team? The next question. I think we discussed also if anyone want to expand on this.
Which year
The
are you currently? Actually,
okay, huh.
Sudipto, yes. How to gather it? In
Sudipto.
which? Yes.
see, you are in
First
first
year,
year
right?
First year.
means most of the guys don't. It's like possible that most of the guys don't know a lot of technologies. So just ask your friends and join with like-minded people and then start learning कि तुम ये टेक स्टैक सीखो हम ये सीख रहे हैं तो उससे डाइवर्सिटी बना
Then
रहेगा अपने
implement. Yeah.
बीच में तो लाइक
Yes.
वैसे
Yes.
जैसे बोला कि दो बंदा डेवलपमेंट करो एक बंदा मशीन लर्निंग करो ये तो
Perfect.
अगर तुम कुछ
And
भी नहीं
within
जानते हो तो
okay.
just go out and talk with your friends and meet like-minded people and then form a team.
Hmm.
ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम्हें टीम बनाने के लिए पहले कुछ जानना जरूरी है तुम टीम बना
Yes.
के भी खुद से सीख सकते हो
सीख सकते हो
And
or try to
exactly.
get those people with whom you can communicate. So as you are in the first year, you won't be knowing any kind of tech stack, and it's very normal. So try to gather the people with whom you can communicate, like discuss problems. If you are getting stuck on something, you can seek help from them. So try to gather that those kind of people.
Exactly. And I also try to gather the who are really interested. Like those who are not interested just in the team for the sake of staying. That is not good. Just if they can contribute and they are just good, like-minded, just take it.
Make sure that
Okay.
they can
How much
work hard or can have the commitment to work hard. That's very much important in the long.
exactly?
Yes,
How much time it requires to develop a web page and app
Exactly,
for a beginner? It depends on
exactly.
the
वैसा ही होता
what
है.
web page you're building, what web, like how many features, what is the complexity of it. It depends on you. Okay, for a beginner, anyone would like to comment? Like it totally depends on number, what you're building and what is the features.
see if
Depends
you
on
are
the
just
problem.
starting out if you are just starting out at least 4-5 दिन लगेगा एक वेबसाइट बनाने के लिए
Yes, minimum
बेसिक वेबसाइट
5 days.
very basic website. Yes.
Very basic. Just we are
Hmm.
assuming that first year.
It will be
और ये
more
भी
time
चीज
or
देखोगे लाइक
yes.
तुम आज स्टार्ट कर रहे हो कि आज तुम्हें एक बेसिक वेबसाइट बनाने के लिए 4-5 दिन या एक हफ्ता लग रहा है आफ्टर लाइक आफ्टर व्हेन you guys are in third year you guys will reflect upon yourselves कि 2 years ago I used to design a basic website for 4-5 days it took 4-5 days time to design a basic website और currently I can design high tech websites in just 2 days तो वो पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट में भी आता है सीखने में और हैकाथॉन्स में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए वो जब ये फील करोगे तो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा खुद को
Anyone? Any more questions?
Okay. Any more questions?
Should
Last,
we need to work together always? Like जैसे movies में दिखाता है सब लोग एक साथ बैठ के रात जाके ऐप डेवलपर कर रहा है because we don't live nearby. No, that is like not the case. Like we
Okay,
do
that's
also
going to
in
the movies, but what Rishi just
we,
explained have continuous meetings. Like organize a meeting when everyone is free and try to talk about the features.
गूगल
And
मीट है ना
we
तो और क्या
Split the
चाहिए
work.
Google Meet है.
yes,
हम
we
छह
have
भी एक
Google
साथ
Meet.
मतलब आसपास नहीं रहते तो you can share the code on GitHub and have continuous meetings in Google Meet. Try to discuss the features and
The
everything
one who is
like
talking,
that.
not even in Kolkata. So we have the Google Meet and just be in Google Meet in night and just do.
या
You will have lots
or
of
in the
fun.
morning,
Have
9
fun.
o'clock. Yes, if you are a morning
Also
person.
have fun when you are in the meet.
All,
Try to
एग्जैक्टली हैव फन
you
yes, we will have next
बात
level.
करो अपने बीच में हर समय काम करके क्या
yeah,
करोगे काम के बीच में बात करना
Yes,
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है नहीं तो काम करने का
you
मूड ही नहीं रहेगा तो
we sit we will
exactly.
meet for 1.5 hours. Among that, 1 hour is just fun. We
या
just work for 30 minutes. 1 hour we just do everything except work.
That is
So try to have fun
Exactly.
while you are working.
लेकिन उस
So
30 मिनट में
that's
जो काम
something.
करता है ना वो एकदम
Mm.
पूरा उस थर्टी
Solid
In
मिनट
work.
में अपना
That's
काम
the
नहीं कर रहा है
1.5.
yes, in
Exactly.
that 30 minutes we are dead serious. We don't even joke. We don't even talk to each other. We just work in those 30 minutes. Other than that, for the rest of the 1 hour, we just talk anything. Like we don't have any topic.
और रुक
We
जाओ
just
पहले
have fun.
Just play
काम
a
वाला
background music and do your work. It will be a
work
lot
करना
of
ही.
fun.
Participate in internal hackathons of college
Yes.
process.
Participate in SH. Process to participate in internal hackathon of college to participate in SH.
They will
वो
Process
circulate a
is
notice. Just
तुम्हारे
register.
They,
they will
It's
डिपार्टमेंट से
free.
बता देगा डिपार्टमेंट से बता देगा
yes.
अभी
yes,
बहुत
and you
टाइम
They will
can
circulate
build
a notice.
prototype to show on the internal hackathon day only. It
That
might
is
not be complete with all the features, but you can make some features to take the edge.
Yeah, that's an important point. Like a lot of people, teams don't come up with a prototype on the presentation. They just come up with the PPT.
Mm.
But if you just make a simple prototype of your app, that shows that you are interested in building the solution. So that gives you an edge, and you have built a prototype. So that definitely makes judges look into you more.
Don't worry, the process is simple. It will be circulated in the college only.
But I would say don't just focus on SIs. There are a lot of
Yes.
hackathons that will come and go. A lot of hackathons happen every month. SIs is just a 1 year, once a year event. So just don't wait
Yes.
for SIs from now only. Participate in hackathons from say suppose February only. Like सबका सेमेस्टर्स हो गया है सब खाली है अभी तो हैकाथॉन्स में पार्टिसिपेट करो तो अगर एसआईज के पहले 2-3 हैकाथॉन्स में पार्टिसिपेट कर लिया ना तो कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत हो जाएगा एसआईज के लिए कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डअप इज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है
And yes, I would like to add one point that you can go to websites like Unstop, and you can also check out which company releases which hackathon in which month, so that you can like prepare beforehand, like when you need the team, when you are trying to make the project, and that would help a lot as well.
Like there are hackathons by EY, TCS
Yes, EY Techathon,
also has its own
Flipkart
hackathon.
Grid,
Mm.
and
Smart
many
Bengal
more
Hackathon is
there.
coming up in the March, I think. You can participate in that,
Yes.
and Hack for
Mm.
Bengal in May or June. So you can do those hackathons as well. Yes.
Apart from that, there are also hackathons conducted by various small college fest also. Like IEM, I think, has
Mm-hmm.
having a diversion, I
Mm.
Yes, yes.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think
And then
hackathon
there
is
are also
also
other
been organized
hackathons such as,
by.
yeah.
Yes.
Any more questions from
Any
anyone?
more questions? Feel free to ask. Else we will wrap up.
Feel free. Yes. I think
no more questions I think otherwise
Okay, are we done with the questions?
No, I'm not seeing any more questions. I think everyone is done. So if you're done, you can start leaving.
so let's wrap
before
up the
You have
leaving,
no
show
more
thanks for
questions.
joining, everyone.
thanks
Yeah.
for joining
And
guys
Thanks for
Thank you
all
to
the
joining.
best
you
for your
guys for
hackathon
joining.
guys.
Thank you.
Yes, all the
Have
best.
fun in
But the
hackathon.
future
That's the
hackathons
first
will
thing I want to
All
say.
the best.
Any
Have
chats?
fun, everybody.
just have fun and learn with fun that's all just
Yes.
enjoy the
yes.
journey
Also, if you have any questions, you can directly contact us through LinkedIn. Yes, we will be
Yes.
really helpful.
Subtle self
Thank
promotion. Okay, let's go.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah thanks Shamadev thanks Apurva
Thanks, everyone.
yeah thanks everyone
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.